we'll jump right into the build. Let's go. Yeah, we're working instead of Legoing during lunches. Imagine. Hup. Yeah, necessary every now and then. Just a busy time. Just a busy time. There we go. So we're diving into bag 5. This is going to be the 5th bag. Looks like it's mostly, at the very least, mostly a taxi. It might be all a taxi. It might not be all a taxi. We shall find out. We shall find out. Let's go. So it's not only a taxi, because at the very least it is also the Scorpion. Okay, the Scorpion is pretty cool. Yeah, this kid is much larger than I anticipated as well, which seems to be a trend lately. One that I can totally get behind. One that I can definitely get behind. The Hogwarts crest, huge. I should have probably expected that one to be bigger because it was 4 of the regular crests. I should have expected that one to be about the size it was. Enhance. Scorpion. He's all angry and such. So we'll put him right over there. There you go, Gargan. He's kind of like propped up. A surprise, to be sure, but a welcome one. Meowdy marvelous bricks, and welcome to the city of Electric Sheep. Good to see you, friend. Ah, yeah, buddy. I was just waxing poetic about being excited to be able to build again. Let's go. It's been, for those kind of out of universe, what, about a week? Week and a half? Woof. But guess what? We're doing it now. We get to do it now. Let's go. Get to do it now. Hey, ho. That was a pretty good song. Okay, I'm actually pretty happy with that song. Life does be like that sometimes. Life finds a way. To get in the way. Oh, we get to do the stickers. So this is one. There are a few items of the stickers that I'm holding off on putting on, right? It's upside down. Like these, because I want to see exactly how it'll end up going. Then there's these, because I just don't think it'll display quite as well as I want it to. You know, like it's a really fun part to add to the playability and stuff like that. These are going on. That one probably not. Maybe, I don't know. The taxi ones though, those are happening. Yo, meowdy tungsten, and welcome to the city of Electric Sheep. Tungsten demands pictures of Spider-Man. Yeah, taxi's absolutely worth it. Yeah, we definitely put the stickers on the taxi, because this one, whether we're displaying the taxi or not, it's going to have like the taxi emblems and, you know, the taxi stuff. Like, that's gonna be actively what we like want it to be. So yeah, we're definitely gonna put the stickers there, and like the signs, the road signs, the 25, the 1962, because that's when Amazing, you can hardly read that one. 1962, because that's when Amazing Fantasy 15 came out. You know, the comic that introduced Spider-Man for the very first time. So since that's when that came out, like, oh, that's just like on brand. It's a really cool little Easter egg for the set. Really cool Easter egg. That's blah 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 obscure knowledge. Nice. I got to introduce some knowledge. Oh, put the little scissors out of the way. Let's go. Deciding on which stickers to use is one of the hardest parts of the build. Yeah. You are 100% correct. I am rather notorious for my disdain of stickers and Lego sets, not gonna lie. I will continue to earn that notoriety as well. Every single time a sticker comes out, it's like, grumble, grumble, grumble. When we finally get to Carnage, just from watching Marvelous Bricks build Carnage, that, yeah. I'm gonna have a lot to lament on that one. Is this a one-set taxi? How does that work? So wait, a one-set taxi? I don't know what... Oh, a one-seat taxi. Wow, I just misread it. I was like, I don't understand the question. No, I misread the question. Yeah, those are definitely some must-do stickers. Like, we're definitely not gonna skip the Carnage stickers. But those should totally have been printed. Strip sticker trauma. The Twitch stream. You're absolutely correct. Yeah, so I've said it before, and I will say it again right now. Stickers for something like this in particular, I totally get, right? Like for something like this where this set where it's supposed to be, you know, like a playable set, and it's like more of a play set than a display piece, and it's, you know, not advertised to, you know, like AFOLs, adult fans of Lego, you know, as like a display piece and stuff like that. And it's, you know, this set is, I'm not, you know, however much I'm not a huge fan of the stickers they decided to put in for some of them. I get it, right? Like, it makes sense. The Carnage one, though, is supposed to actively be a display piece, right? Yeah, AFOL is in fact a real term. Yeah. But yeah, Carnage is supposed to be a display piece. Like, you're actively supposed to get it and display it and all the whole 9 yards, right? Having the stickers be such an integral part of that set is honestly just kind of disappointing. It's one of the reasons why I'm honestly more excited for Venom, on top of Venom being a better, not better character, a character that I resonate more with. You know, but both of those items are why I'm more excited for Venom than I am for Carnage. But still. Ooh, KFOL. Kid fans of Legos? Kinder fans of Legos? But that feels unnecessary, given it was pretty much their only target audience up until a few years ago. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Kid fans of Legos. I actually was unaware of that term, probably because it is more, like you said, intuitive. Like, that was actively their target demo until recently. So yeah, that makes sense. Oh, it's got the little taxi thing at the front. Kinder fans of Lego seem normal, but then there's a surprise inside. Oh, that's glorious. Love that. Just like the Kinder eggs. Yeah. Oh, and we get... When's the Gunpla stream? I don't know what that means. I don't even know what Gunpla means. Not gonna lie. I eagerly anticipate being educated on that terminology. Oh, Gundam models. Yeah, I love Gundam models. I had a few Gundam models back in the day whenever I was in high school and, you know, had my own job and could actually buy my own stuff. I bought multiple Gundam models and I put them together. And I was decent at it. Like, it wasn't great, you know. But the thing that was a bit of a hang up for me and kept me from enjoying the hobby quite as much was the fact that it has to be painted, right? Like, I understand that that leads to more customization and, you know, like, it has like a whole different aspect to it. And I can appreciate that. I'm just terrible at it. So, like, you know, I put it together and it looked like, oh, you know, I put them together and it looked okay. And then I tried painting them. And it looked so bad that I didn't paint any of the rest of them because I'm like, nah, this looks so bad. Like, it actively looks better just straight up unpainted. So maybe if I can find some, like, someone else's content, so SEC, someone else's content, MOC is my own content. I'm a terrible MOCer. I'm not good at it at all. I have immense respect for the people who are good at it. I can't do it. I just don't have that skill set. So if someone else has like whatchamacallums, instructions for like Gundam models made out of Lego, oh, you better believe I'll be all about it. The past few nights, this week in particular, I have started going to sleep with Hulu on, with Gundam Wing playing in the background. I typically, in general, just have like podcasts or, you know, something like that just going on in the background in general for whenever I'm trying to sleep, because I don't know if it's my ADHD or just, you know, how I was raised or something like that. But having some sort of something for me to kind of concentrate on helps me go to sleep so much quicker. So much quicker. So I found out that you could actually set a sleep timer for Hulu. So I have been listening to, I guess slightly watching Gundam Wing the past few nights, and I will be back to I should be able to actually finish the first episode eventually, but I keep on falling asleep, which is great. Like, that's the point. So yeah, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I love Gundams. Wing in particular, like, I know it's cliche, but it's the one that, you know, got me into the whole franchise and everything. So yeah, it's my favorite. And yeah, I enjoy it. Marvelous. Also never did a Gundam, but painting them would definitely be their downfall as well. Having put them together, I definitely feel you. Like, at first it was like, oh, cool, this is, you know, like more technical style Lego stuff. It's neat. You know, it's this franchise that I really like. All right. And then I put it together and I was like, this isn't done. It still needs to be painted. What? And then I painted it and wished that I hadn't. Elmo does the same sleep strat with Tenchi Muyo GXP. Nice. It's so silly that you can phase in and out. That makes sense. Yeah, so whenever I was in undergrad, I took this course. I think it was Women and Minorities in East Asia, I think is what it was called. And in particular, so I did my final paper on Gundam Wing, and it was the portrayal of women in Gundam Wing. And it's actually way more interesting, like whenever you're looking at it through that lens than you would initially anticipate. It was pretty cool. So, I rewatched everything, I took, copious notes, etc. So I've watched Gundam Wing enough times to where I can pretty much just pick it up anywhere and know what's going on. Right? That said, I've basically been, whenever I lay down to sleep, I've got my Bluetooth, I call it my headband. It's kind of like, when you're working out, that little headband that you use, but it's got some headphone things just sewn into it, and it's Bluetooth. So I put that on so that I'm not annoying my wife whenever I'm trying to sleep. And so I put that on, and yeah. That's how I've been going to sleep. It's been fun. Basically a secret Relina Peacecraft stand. I mean, is it very secret? Relina Peacecraft is dope. She's awesome. I definitely do not hide my appreciation for how awesome that woman is. Oh yeah. She is incredible. But there's actually even more than just Relina. There's so much more intricacies in gender dynamics in Gundam Wing than I would have thought, particularly for when it came out, Lady Un and what's her name, who tried to be kind of friends-ish with Relina. Wow, I can't believe I'm drawing a blank on her name. Wow. And I was just touting I can pick it up anytime and know what's going on. Oops. I am terrible about names in general, though. So, character names. So that's not too big an indictment on that. TBH. Streamer brain. Forgetting names you definitely remember exactly once the stream is over. Yep. Streamer brain. Absolutely. It happens every time. Oh, I remember now. The second you hit the end stream button. It's gonna happen. Absolutely gonna happen. Though if it does happen, ! Discord. You can join our Discord, and if I remember it, I will put it in there. I'm not going to say to blame that, but I like to scapegoat my ADHD for things like that, which I'm not sure if that's accurate or just my perception, but it's definitely my perception that the ADHD aspect is part of it. And that was a thing that would happen pre-streaming, for sure. Nouns in general end up being hard. So people, places, and things. I don't know why it's always nouns, but it's always nouns. It is mystery. It is a mystery. Okay, so that's going back there so that it can, once those are clicked down, it can manipulate that accordingly. That. Okay, I do still need to put the little lights in though. I didn't forget. This time. I can't tell, is that supposed to be green? It looks yellow. But we don't have any yellow, so I'm gonna go with that's green. I'm gonna go with that's green. So let's see where this takes us. So this whole thing goes right here. And then has us manipulate this so this is perpendicular. And that is right inside, so it can kind of come out. I look forward to seeing how that gets executed, not gonna lie. Oh, it pops out a wall. Spoilers! Spoilers are fine, by the way. Spoilers are fine. I've looked at the set instructions for this before because I did not think I was ever gonna get it. Not gonna lie. Did not think I was ever going to end up getting it. And then I did get it. So... I actually don't have color blindness. It's just sometimes the Lego colors don't translate to the digital instructions very well. And I'm looking at the digital instructions. Looking at the digital instructions, which y'all see right below me, right here. Or right, here. Yeah. So sometimes I don't know if it's just like a bad scan or anything like that, but it looks like it's yellow on the scan. Elmo is also Neville with the Remembrall. I say also because whenever he said like, oh, I can't remember what I've forgotten, I laughed like whenever I was watching that in theaters. Also whenever, I read it, but particularly the way that the actor delivered the line. Whenever he said that, I was like, oh my gosh, freaking mood. I laughed so hard because I could relate to it so much. Okay, so a little counterintuitive. Red on this side, green on this side. But that is how it reflects in the instructions. Elmo just hit the nail right on the head. You can tell that this isn't a Star Wars set just by the fact that there are guardrails. That alone. Yeah, if it was a Star Wars set as well, this would also be gray, and all of these little accent colors would be gray. I love Star Wars sets. Absolutely love them. There's a lot of gray. Hey, a lot. Emphasize lot of gray in those sets. Like whenever we were doing the Ghost, that actually had one of the least amount of gray in a Star Wars set that I think I may have ever done. Like at one point, I can't remember whose stream I was in. I think it was April B's, and maybe it was somebody else. I don't want to ascribe something to her that she didn't say, because I can't recall if this was her or not. But someone was talking about the sets, and they were like, oh my gosh, if it's a Star Wars and it's all this gray color, which this is predominantly that as well, but it's a bridge. And then if it's Harry Potter, it's all the tan color of the Hogwarts buildings and stuff like that. I laughed so hard and was like, those are two of my favorite like sets to build from. But 100% correct. Like, it is a lot of gray and a lot of that sand color. Oh, and this says ×2. I bet it said it. Yeah, it says it both at the top left of it and at the bottom right. And I just proceeded to ignore it, which is fine. It happens. But yeah, also, definitely a prolific thing that Star Wars just doesn't include rails on, like, anything. Safety, pff, we don't need no stinking safety. None at all. There was no OSHA in the Empire. There was definitely no OSHA in the Empire. I don't think that the stormtroopers had any sort of a collective bargaining agreement with the Emperor. It's more of a join or die, or both situation. Join or die, or both. That's the battle cry of a Hearthstone card as well, by the way. Join or die. Or both. All right. Rocketed through bag 5, which brings us to bag number 6. Bag number 6. Yeah, so earlier this week, I was like, yeah, I'm going to have like multiple times that I'm doing like streams and I'm going to be doing this, that, and the other. And I started to put together a schedule to like put it out. And then I was like, I looked back at my schedule and I was like, my work schedule, and was like, oh, well, I can't do that one. Can't do that one. I might be able to stream on Friday, but I'm not sure. So this stream may be a little bit of a surprise to people because I did not publicize it because I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to. Not gonna lie. I was like, oh, I'm not sure. I'd rather not continue canceling things, so I'm just not gonna mention it until the day of. And lo and behold, we were able to actually do the thing. Let's go. Let's go. G-O, go. In case you were unaware of how to spell that word. Bagception. Yeah, I can appreciate why they do that, but it always is like, okay, we got a bag, and then we got multiple bags inside of it. But I can appreciate that more than I can appreciate like having multiple bags of the same. Whenever it's bag 5, it's 3 bag 5s. It's like, wait, what? So I can appreciate that because of how they have to whatchamacallit. That's helpful. Like manufacture? Can't think of the right word. And this one is a verb. That never happens. It's always nouns. How they have to produce. How they have to bag up all of the material. There we go. My brain, for some reason, had to conceptualize how that one went in for a second. So the way that it went in has it like that. This one actually is a little bit more intuitive because it's kind of faced away. Weird that the one that's faced away is the more intuitive, but hey, what can you do? Let's go. Okay. So we got 2 of these. And 2 of these. And 2 of these. Oh, and I also actually needed 4 of these. My bad, my bad. Okay. So these go... Here, let's do it on this side first. Okay, so wait, that goes with the stud facing out. So that reflects over to here. Studs both facing out and out for these 2. For these 2, they face out perpendicular to the first, which is also curious. And then this part's a little bit more straightforward. This whole building thing's vertically isn't being filmed quite as well. I was watching Set to Build, I think, the other night, and they have theirs like a little bit more kind of like there where I'm sitting. It's going like right here down. I may play around with that a little bit whenever I get the chance. Maybe. For things like this in particular, right? So, we are at work on June 1, no longer going to be working from home. So, I'm going to have to reconfigure things, because right now, on my lunch break, I can, pop up and stream and stuff like that. At work, I would have to, physically in the office, I would have to, either come home, fire it up, do this thing, or bring stuff there. Don't think either one of those is really sustainable, so we might be adjusting to an evening build schedule in the future. But that won't start until June. That will not start until June. So we've got time to figure that out. Oh, this whole thing boops right in here. There we go. Yeah, I know that I've been really lucky to be able to work from home as long as I have. So I'm definitely not going to complain as long as we can, be responsible about the way that we're coming back. Jury's out. It hasn't happened yet. But it will definitely change, lunch streaming plans. And so we'll adjust accordingly. That's just being realistic. Okay. So we're going to need 4 of these. 2 of those. And 2 of these. Aww. Yeah, working from home has legitimately been great. Yesterday, I had to go into the office. And I was so much less productive. Not gonna lie. I was like, oh man, this is gonna just tank productivity so hard whenever we have to do this. Oh no. But we'll do what we have to do. 2 and 3. one of these and one of these. So 2 of these just go here and here. But one of them... Oh! Oh! Goes like that. That whole thing sticks out right here. We shall see why. I do not know yet. We're gonna find out, I'm sure. Okay, 2 of these, 1 of L's. That one. 1 of... Not that. Nope, not that. That. And 2 of these. Oh. So we'll take all of these. So just like normal, it kind of mirrors it diagonally. Yeah, I look forward to seeing you upon thy return, Marvelous. And this one goes with the masonry style, so the masonry vertical bits out. And that one there, which will have our little stud pointing out. Boop. Eins, zwei, drei, vier. And those all just go out. That one I think is a little bit more self-explanatory because one of the things is going to go like that. So that's going to be pretty self-evident as to why that happens. Truthfully. That one's pretty self-evident. 9 Pfund. 9 Pfund. Kein Pfund. Both work, I think. I don't know. The grammar part? Okay, this is kind of a good story, actually. So whenever I was in undergrad, I took German for my foreign language. And did terrible the first 2 semesters. Like, not great. Because the instructor was like, okay, in class, we are working on vocabulary. The thing you do at home is the grammar. So my foundational grammar for German is terrible. Because we would come and we would have questions. Because, you know, did not understand it. And she would tell us, it's in the book. You read the book, you'll find out the answer. And we're like, I didn't understand it. So that's why I came here and asked the question. And she's like, it's in the book. You read the book, you find out the answer. The second 2 semesters had 2 different instructors of record, mutually exclusive from one another and from the first one. Funny enough, did much better. I got B's in both of those, and the only reasons why I didn't get an A is because my foundational grammar was still terrible. Was still abysmal. And they tried to, like, you know, guide us through stuff at that point, but, you know, that's 201 and 202. They have other things to teach us at that point. Like, going back and doing remedial German 101 and 102 isn't really their responsibility. So, you know, like, they would try and help us whenever we would have foundational questions, because it was pretty much a cohort of us, right? But it was still bad. It was still really bad. Okay. So the one that's lower is the one that goes this way, because this side right here is raised. Almost like that was intentional. Get it? Elmo's German background is from reading archaeological catalogs. That makes sense. You can't use some of those terms in mixed company in conversation. Yeah, I can imagine that a lot of things did not age well isn't the right term, but it doesn't quite scratch the surface of what we mean there, but didn't age well. Doesn't quite go far enough. Yeah. That makes complete sense, though. Both that's how, you learned, and how most of that did not exactly translate well to now. That and slang changes in 80 years. That's fair. One of the this is actually in my 101 and 102. So my instructor, who was like, we learn vocabulary in class. One of the bits of vocabulary that she taught us was super cool, which is, super cool, but said with a German accent. And that was like the height of what things are cool. And it's like, maybe when you were living there, but you haven't lived there in a while. She was an interesting character. At one point, she told us a story because she grew up in East Germany. She told us a story about when the wall fell and how, they heard about it, but no one went out to see it because, what's the big deal? What? True story. True story. So she had the opportunity to go see the Berlin Wall fall from the East German side and was like, why bother? Yeah, right, Elmo. What? What? And she still, to that day, did not understand what the big deal was. I think that said more about her than it did, anything else that was happening right there. Clearly. Just saying. Ooh, this is an exciting piece. Admittedly, that is one of the most German reactions ever. What's the big deal? There once was a wall, now there's no more wall. End of story. Oh. No, yeah, that does go there. Because it kind of stair steps in. All that you missed were some regaling of university stories from back in the Dark Ages. I'm definitely being dramatic there. I am definitely not advanced enough age to get away with the back in the Dark Ages comment there. Yo, Meowdy Burrito, and welcome to the city of Electric Sheep, a winged one. Good to see you, friend. So yeah, was just regaling of university tales of days gone by earlier. That's it. German class, exactly. It was an experience, let me tell you what. Does this go all the way down? No, so this one leaves it right there. Which is curious. But I'm sure that we shall see why. Because I'm sure that goes, whoop, Does Gwen Stacy stay right there and then... pew? That was bad, I'm sorry. That was... oof. 3 edgy, 5 me. Especially since just the other day I was actively waxing poetic about how great a character Gwen Stacy is, etc. Oh. Oops. Not my finest moment. I mean, I stand by the comments about Gwen Stacy being awesome. Obviously. But that part, I stand by. Oh. Okay. And for these... yay. And for how tall this thing is getting, this is starting to get a little bit unwieldy. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Starting to get a little tall. Ooh, 8 of these? Dang. 2, 4, 6, and 8. And now we get to oops. Connect them. Give it that aerial view of the connections. Let's go. Let us go. A. B. Hop. And hop. So to regale you of a little bit more of what it is rather than just like an awkward zoom in at the very top. Here's a bit more of what we're looking at. And this has us randomly flip the whole thing. Can't tell exactly why yet, but we'll get there. We shall get there. So that's right in that corner. And that's right there. All right. I'm a little concerned about why there's foliage growing at the top of the bridge, but okay. I am confusion. Oh, it's a bird's nest. Okay, I'm with you. They won me back over. Yeah. All right. All right. Yep. Cool. Because these little eggy wags. The little eggy wags. Yeah, okay. So this is another one of the stickers that I'm like, why? I think I'm going to hold off on putting the little goblin sticker on here. Because, like, why? It's just kind of foolish. Again, it's one of those little like play features for like if it's a, you know, kids play set, that kind of thing. But for me, for displaying stuff, nah, pass. Hard pass. Yep, like that. Yeah, Legos are so much fun. That is basically why I was like, okay, I miss doing this thing. streaming's fun, but like, you know, Hearthstone games can be a little lacking at times. Legos. Yeah. And it's been so much fun. The Lego community too is just like so wholesome and awesome. Big fan. Obviously, I'm still very much engaged in the Hearthstone community as well. Just haven't really been streaming it. I've still been playing it. Like, not this season, because I'm still playing this season, but I haven't done this thing this season. Yo!
Winged Burrito 1 has just subscribed.
Winged Burrito 1. Thank you so much for the sub, friend, and welcome to the flock. I haven't been streaming Hearthstone, however much I've still definitely been playing, right? Last season, I hit Legend on day 1 in Wild. And I've been consistently still hitting Legend in Standard and Wild and playing some Classic, but, you know, not really pushing for Legend there. It's just kind of like the come back from a tilt. Oh, and that has us do 2 of them, so we'll do another. So still actively enjoy playing that there Hearthstone as well. But taking a step back from streaming it myself and just supporting my friends like our good old D-Money Games, who do, and do it so much better than I ever could. Both the streaming and the competing, and yeah. OP. This is the way. Let's go. Yeah, this 1962. So, I was telling him a little bit before you came in, Burrito. So the 1962 stickers, and oh no, that was I pride myself on typically doing a good job of stickers, even though I hate them. That one was bad. You saw nothing. May not have seen anything. I may have done a terrible job of streaming it there. Oh, I desperately wish that I got a discount on Legos for streaming it. So these little 1962 pieces right there, that is a reference to Amazing Fantasy 15, which is the came out in 1962 and is the one that Spider-Man was very first introduced in. Let's go. Yeah, I do know some people who do get like discounts and stuff on Lego sets, but I haven't been consistent enough in streaming to do a really good job of kind of like getting that sort of a recognition by Lego, and I don't blame them either. If we continue this thing, which will not, unfortunately, whenever we go back into the office in June, be at the same time, but when we switch to our different times and I get that more kind of like normal schedule up, maybe we'll be able to do that thing. Yeah. Okay, this is cute. I see what it's having us do. So it's having us take this thing and cram this. This is not going to film well because it's like right here. And there's all of this above it. So we're going to cram all of that into there. That's what's happening. But yeah, that part, like putting it in, is not gonna film well. I'm just gonna I'm gonna tell you that I'm doing it, that I'm jamming it in right here. It's been jammed. And now you know. You know it's there. I know it's there. Shh, it's a secret. No one can know. And that brings us to our final bag. Bag 7. Let's go. Let's go. Bag 7. The final bag of the bridge battle. Stud. Oh. So we're gonna start off by making a whatchamacallit. That's helpful. Gonna start off by making a trash can. Everybody needs a trash can. And the little picture that you can see of where all these things go in the set, though, the trash can and these little fire things, just sitting off to the side. Just kind of chilling. So I'm not really going to worry too much about these parts of the build. Like, there we go. And toss it aside. Let's go. And that can go there. I am actually going to put him there. But yeah. So now we get to do whatever this little wall thing is twice. I noticed that it said twice before starting to build stuff this time. Let's go. So how I'm gonna do this one is actually starting out with one whole page, and then I'm gonna duplicate that page. So there are a couple ways that I've seen people do like things whenever it's ×2. One is that they just go step for step, the whole thing twice for every single one. That's fair. I've seen them then also build the whole thing and then just do it again. That makes sense too. And then, you know, having some sort of subjective time, place, step thing. That was weird. Where they redo it. And I'm gonna do that part. So, yeah. Different strats. At the end of the day, you're building, so it's not too terribly impactful, but there are different strats for it. Let's go. So we got that one. Get the little stud poking up towards us. Boop. Right there. Toss that buddy on top. One of these cheese wedges. Flat side towards me. And a 1x2 dark gray plate. Zoop. So we're doing page by page. So we got page 1. Now time for page 2. So one of the things that I'm doing and why we're actually building this bridge battle right now is I'm working on a kind of like little mini Lego Marvel Manhattan. So I've got the Sanctum Sanctorum, so Doctor Strange's little like lair, for lack of a better term. So I've got the Sanctum Sanctorum already, and part of the Sanctum Sanctorum is Peter Parker's like apartment. Like there's like a little side part of it that, you know, kind of like wedges out like that. One part is a sanctum, one part is like a pizzeria, and then Peter's apartment like at the top. So we've got that, then we've got this bridge battle, then there's some rumored sets that are coming out that'll go in as well, that I won't go into at length because apparently talking about those kinds of things is a bit of a no-no in the community. So I have learned that thing and will adjust accordingly. But there's that thing that will also go in there if that is, in fact, does matriculate into being a set. Should be a big one. It would be really sick. I really look forward to just like putting all those together, and then I may end up LOL, that other thing that's coming. Yes, being ambiguous, which is helpful for people who don't know what I'm talking about. Oops. Yeah. So, that other thing that I really hope is coming. So I already was buying this before I heard those other, or building this rather, before I heard about that other thing. I was already kind of planning on putting the other stuff together, and so I was like, all right, now that there's this other rumored item, then like that just makes me even more excited to kind of synthesize all of those things together. So I'm excited for how Lego Marvel Manhattan is gonna come together, and that's just with official sets. Before too long, I may finally branch out and try building some stuff on my own. What honestly I'm gonna need to do before then is sort through my Lego. That's gonna be the next step in order to where I can actually like find stuff so that I can, you know, like build things. Yeah. Because I've got like a whole bunch of stuff, and right now it's all in one big old tub. It didn't start there. It used to be sorted out by color, which also didn't really help. That also was not incredibly helpful. So it's like, all right, I will have to sort through those in order to make it to where I can actually find the things that I'm looking for when I'm looking for them. Seems like that would be helpful. And then we'll be able to add some more items to it as well. But I'm not quite to that point yet. I've still got this. Still got Lego Carnage, Lego Venom. I've got the Lego Darth Vader bust in as well. I was going to do a stream for May the 4th, which included that one. And then, you know, life found a way to get in the way. Which is fine. It happens. And then I've also got the ship in a bottle. So I've got a lot of stuff on the horizon that we get to build. I'm really excited. Yeah, buddy. Hop, hop. Lots of stuff, all the excitement. Let's go. So whenever I would see, you know, people are like, oh, I have all this Lego that I haven't built yet. I'm like, huh, I'll never be one of those people that has sets and hasn't built them. I built stuff like as soon as I get them, and I'm super quick about it and all that stuff. And then I started streaming Lego, and I'm like, I get it now. Because even though I build stuff relatively quickly, I'm only building on stream. You know, building the like new sets and stuff on stream. And yo, Meowdy Row, and welcome to the city of electric sheep. Yeah, so really, really quickly it went from like, oh, I'll never have a backlog to I already have that much of a backlog. And on June 1, the new Harry Potter sets come out. Did I miss something here? I did miss something here. I did miss a piece. Oh, thank you for the compliment, Ro. I appreciate it. This is the PS4 Spider-Man suit. Let's go. So now we got those two. And so those all, as you can see, are prepped for being able to be broken. So that goes here. There's only one stud per piece, which is pretty cool for, again, you know how earlier I was mentioning that this set has a lot of like playability? This is one of those like playset style things. So this is what Marvelous Bricks was mentioning earlier. Can pop that out and boom! Shenanigans. And so that'll be reflected on the other side too. Yo, Meowdy Toast! And welcome to the City of Electric Sheep! So we've also got that buddy on the other side. Good to see you, friends! Both Toast and Ro, welcome. Willkommen. So we get to continue actually putting stuff on here directly. What? What? That hasn't happened in ages. So we got this one, which will go right on here. So it looks like we're about to make kind of like a swooshing out to the back. I thought that was only really on the front. Ah, here we go. So we have 4 of them that are these 2 with that. So I'll go ahead and just put those buddies together. 4 of those. 2, 3, and 4. It's this one that I'm about to start. Oh, Marvelous tries to build every day, streaming or not. You're listening to this as you build and sort. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, whenever I get kind of like a little bit more of a normalcy type stuff, we also get to make 3 of these. These ones will connect to the other ones that we just made. So whenever we do the kind of forced return to normalcy of June 1, when we all go back, or when I go back into work on the reg, I think I'm going to try and schedule my evenings and such so that I've got streaming evenings and I've got like sorting and or editing evenings, so that by the time that I actually catch up with all of the things, I may actually, you know, be able to like build some new things. That's the goal anyway. I have plans. I also have ADHD, so sometimes plans just stay plans. I know this about myself. I've been practicing self-compassion, and whenever that happens, I acknowledge it. You know, like it's not like it's a good thing, but I try not to beat myself up about it. I used to beat myself up about stuff like that a lot, and I have learned to get better about that. Because at the end of the day, the only person that hurts is myself. Huh? Yeah, self-compassion for the win. It's the best around. So yeah, I've been working on that kind of stuff in particular, but also having specific, realistic goals and scheduling to try and complete them is also a good thing. So that is what I'm hoping to do in June in particular. But we shall see. If life decides to have different ideas, we can table it and come back to it too. Let's go. Okay. So it looks like we've got these on either end. So on the front and at the back. Okay, so wait, I've done 2 of those so far. 2 of these. Okay, 2 of these. And 1 of those. There we go. Yeah. So we've got 1 of them. Oh, thank you, Toast. Yeah, it took a while for me to get to the place where I had like noticed that kind of thing, and then I'm like, all right, being too hard on yourself. It's funny. So there was this like I can't remember exactly what it was called, but it was like basically this self-study quiz to see like where you rate on things and how self-compassionate you are and how hard on yourself or whatever you are. And I scored really low on self-compassion and immediately started beating myself up about it. And then I was like, hold up. Wait a second. That one was an easy one to notice. That one was an easy one to notice. Yeah, caught myself red-handed. Exactly. It's like, yeah, all right. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Wait, yeah, that's true. Fair. All right. Noted. Exactly. I was like, oh, all right. And now we get to do a mini build. Let's go. Mini build, mini build. We are doing a mini build. Yeah, ESC to ESC. Well, you got me there. Yeah, okay. No lies though, whenever I caught myself doing that about the results of that thing, I was like, all right. That tracks. Enhance. There it goes. So this is a lot of black on black, so it doesn't film quite as well. Quite yet. Okay, dark gray and cylinder. Like 1 dark gray cylinder, please. Enhance. Boop. It's really important to point yourself in a direction, but also to allow yourself to deviate when stuff happens. Because stuff happens. Exactly. Yeah, so I'm doing some support stuff for a Hearthstone tournament series type thing that a couple of my friends are doing. And it was very much like, sometimes life happens. And that is okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. 4 open. I was going to say something about that, and then I forgot. So that is where I am right now. But like there was something that related there, but oh right, yeah. So this weekend I'm doing Mother's Day stuff for the first time in ages, because you know we're fully vaccinated, and my parents are as well, and my wife's parents are as well. So we're actually visiting them about 2 hours away, and on Mother's Day itself. One of the times that I was going to do stuff was on Sunday. This was something we weren't really anticipating, so we were like, all right. So I got with the main admin guy, Born to Be Wild HS, who's here sometimes as well, and was like, hey, heads up, here's this thing. And we immediately started finding a way to kind of like just work around the different scheduling complexities that happen. So it's very much noticing something's happened, you know, like you said, because stuff happens. And then, okay, here's how we're going to work kind of around and through that. Whereas that's something that's not typically going to be like, you know, I'm not going to go off and, you know, during the scheduled maintenance time every week. This is definitely the exception to the rule kind of thing. You know what I mean? But we notice it. We work through it. We come up with a plan. And then we move forward. Oh, and I put this in slightly the wrong spot. It needs to go off by 1 stud further this way. I put it in line here. It needs to go over. That was a mistake. Oh no! Toes. So I also definitely know how that part goes as well, where you like commit to something and then you like forget. This one was very much like we weren't anticipating the being away for Mother's Day whenever I committed to the first thing, which happens on every Sunday. And so it was, you know, then we just had to work some stuff out. It happens. But also was a complexity to work out. It's definitely, is this a ×2 thing? No. Okay, cool. I was like, is this gonna have a second part to it? No? Cool. Yeah, so before I had the role that I have now, I was doing that a lot more. But the role that I have professionally involves a lot of calendaring in general. So I've learned a lot of strategies, but, you know, on how to effectively calendar and, you know, have that not kind of be a thing. And that made it really easy to translate into my like personal life as well as my professional life. And that was a really cool way, kind of like side effect of having the role that I have now. So that was pretty cool. I liked it when that happened, because before I was really bad about that on like, you know, a personal level, while, you know, less so professionally, but, you know, I'm sure it would probably still happen sometimes. But yeah, the fact that I had that role and started doing things, it forced me to become better about that, which was kind of cool. In a roundabout way, I guess. In a roundabout way, I guess. Oh, and this whole thing teeter-totters. Oh. So this part, I may end up modifying the bridge a little bit, because this thing that is for like throwing stuff, I don't like it. It's a cool play feature. I understand and appreciate why they included it in it, because this is supposed to be more of like a play with it kind of set. That's not like I'm using it as a display thing, not a play set. So I'm just going to build it differently. So I'm definitely going to put it together per the set right here, but that will very likely come out. I'm going to be honest. That's probably not going to matriculate. This part of it. I may end up putting something else there. We'll kind of see how it comes together. I say we'll kind of see how it comes together as we are like actively almost done with the entire build. Like the whole thing is almost done. Like this is how much stuff we have left total. But we'll see how it comes together. I am confused a little bit by this piece. Somehow supposed to be at an angle. Interesting. I mean, I'll do it. And then this one as well. Kind of like that-ish. Enhance. Thank you. Okay. And then we get to include dish buddy, mason brick facing out. We toss that there. And then it shows it going down, but it doesn't show me where it goes down to. It goes down behind it, okay. The perspective on that was a little off. Little off. But it goes there. K-E-W-L. Cool. Hop. 1, 2. Doll, thank you, Toast. I'm glad that I could bring some chill vibes to your day, friend. Feel sheep. I was just lamenting that my schedule is going to have to change in June. So, not to time date this, for the future anything, but it is currently May 7th, and on June 1 we are going back into the physical office. So I will have to adjust, because whereas right now I can take my lunch break, build some Lego, hang out and chill, we'll have to not be able to do that during lunch because I just don't have the rig here that I have at work. It would be kind of weird if I did. That would be odd, actually. Oh, and I only put one of these in. I needed two. My bad. So, we'll just have to have an adjustment, which is not the worst thing in the world. But we know it now and can plan ahead. Like Marvelous Bricks was saying, it's important to point yourself in a direction, but also to allow yourself to deviate when stuff happens. I may end up like not literally framing it, but like I'm gonna keep that phrasing. I'm actively going to keep that phrasing and adopt that kind of mantra, because it's so true. It's so very true. So incredibly true. Doot, doot. Doot, and doot. Hop, hop. Okay, so we're right here. Get to make these two things as well. Dawn, thank you for calling me a ray of sunshine, Toast. Feel sheep. Aww. It is something that's important to remember, and to hear like other people vocalize in the way that they kind of portray it, if that's a right way of phrasing it, as well. Kind of adopting that as well, and that kind of like positive feedback and that positive feedback loop is important. This is easily the least important part of the build. Nice. So let's see, this has a, yeah, right there. That's how far that goes over. And twice. And so it goes Oh, and that's clever. So we can mirror the whole thing. But since it gets rotated... So since it gets rotated back and forth, it actually puzzle pieces in really, really nicely. Like, really nicely. This may be one of the least important parts of the build, but that's pretty cool. Oh, Kit Kat hair. Like, I know that that's, again, like, a really little thing, but I actually appreciate that immensely. It's the little things in life, you know? Oh yeah, Craven's box. Craven's box is so bizarre. Like, why does Craven randomly have a box? I agree with Elmo there. This part, like, so this thing right here, but this I think is at the very least, like, you know, it's going to have the stickers, which again, playset appropriate for the sticker things to happen. I'm with them there. To kind of like more kind of further the aesthetic, the design of the bridge. Craven's box, though. Craven's box, though. There we go. Daily Bugle, 6 miles. Yeah, the braking sign is cool. And I love how they sandwich that together. I think that's really clever. I'm a big fan of that. There we go. And that whole thing zoops into here. Y'all didn't see that. Nothing happened. So to Marvelous, Craven's Lair is just a way to add detail to an otherwise boring structure at the base of the bridge. Makes that part of the build more enjoyable. I can definitely agree with that. I can definitely agree with that. It was also just odd. An odd inclusion. Yeah, y'all literally did not see that. It was off screen. Okay, so let's see. This kind of need to be at a bit of a different angle. I'll troubleshoot that. So then those buddies boop in here to connect that to the thing. I will probably be adding those stress stickers, though I honestly might not. Mine might be more of a the bridges together kind of a thing. So that actually finishes up the bridge. We've got our bridge. Oh, I will launch a garbage can just this once. Maybe? Okay. And of course I did it on the webcam, so it hardly showed. So this thing is so much bigger than I thought it would be. Oh. That is obviously not a complaint. It's Hewegg. I am very excited to be able to include this in my LEGO Marvel Manhattan. At the very least, for right now, it will straight up be the centerpiece. So we've got that. I may end up pulling just the flag down since I didn't put the goblin flag on it. There are a number of items on this which are very much playset type items. And that's not an indictment of the set, right? Like at all. It achieves that very well. It's not how I am going to end up displaying it, so I will modify it appropriately, right? Like for me, it's gonna be a little different, and that's fine. That said, I am definitely going to modify it a little bit, and I'm gonna be really happy about that too. So unfortunately, that does finish off my lunch break. Thank y'all so much for joining me for my lunch as we got to finish off the Web Warriors Bridge Battle. The schedule will be a little bit more flux in May, and in June I'll work out a very different schedule, and we'll try to keep make that one a little bit more steadfast. Just with the way that things are changing, that's going to change. So now you know. So thank you again for joining me for my lunch break. And until next time, you stay electric. Sheep City